Hello everyone, this is Lita Keaton. Welcome to the Film Critic. It is May the 10th, Saturday 2019, a day before Mother's Day. And today's review, I'm going to be talking about the iconic heavy metal documentary, The Decline of West Civilization, Part 2, The Metal Years. Directed by Philip Pierce. The movie was released in 1988, and the film is centered around the Los Angeles heavy metal music scene uh, going on during the late 1980s, and was filmed during years 1987 and 1988. The movie features acts and artists such as the late great Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, Aerosmith, Kiss, Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, as well as members of Poison. And also making appearance Ricky Ratlin, um, uh, uh, future host of MTV's Headbangers, best known as the host of MTV's Headbangers Ball, and also the band Faster Pussycats in London. This movie, I saw this for the first time way back in 2006 on VH1 during their heavy metal marathon, and I saw it again on Sundance um, years later, and as of recently, I seen it twice on YouTube, and it is basically one of my all-time favorite documentaries about my favorite genre of music, and my favorite genre of music. Period. Heavy metal. Philippi Pierce directed this movie. She filmed it um, in Los Angeles during the years of 1987 and 88. It is the sequel uh, to the her previous film before directing this one, which centered on the punk scene, The Decline of West Civilization, Part 1, which was centered around the punk scene of the late 70s and early 80s Los Angeles. And this documentary is about the heavy metal music scene that was taking over Los Angeles during its peak in the late 80s. It's incredible interviews. Uh, uh, it's about sex, drugs, rock and roll. Amazing documentary about what the LA music scene was at that particular time. And the most memorable part about the movie is Chris Holmes, the guitarist of the band Swap, drinking about vodka in a swimming pool in front of his mother, who was sitting near poolside where Chris Holmes was drinking about vodka, and he goes under the pool. And it's the most memorable moment. It's a sad moment. It For those who haven't seen a documentary, sorry, for those who haven't seen the documentary, VH1 documentary, Heavy, the story of metal. It's basically the show. They featured the segment and made it basically it featured the segment on the rise and fall of hair metal and the beginning of grunge, and it's basically centered that, but the beginning of the end of the heavy metal scene in LA, and but it's the most memorable part of the movie. It's the most talked about, and it's sad, but it's memorable, and the beginning of the end of that era in music. But to me, I see it as a memorable moment, and of the entire documentary. So after this film was released, Penelope Pierce went on to direct the blockbuster Wayne's World, which featured Mike Myers, and she went on to direct several other blockbusters after this movie, but this is the one this was my introduction to her directing, and it's iconic direct movie, amazing interviews, and it's pretty much basically amazing one if you're a headbanger such as myself, it's pretty much her most memorable work when it comes to heavy metal, and artists and fans for the most part known know her as and it's a good movie. So I rate this film a thumbs up because it's that good, and it's highly recommended. So that's it for my movie review of today. For more, don't forget the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next film critic. This is Lily Keaton. Happy Mother's Day.